Naomi Campbell exposed? Tyra Banks speaks out on Diddy's alleged crimes. For decades, Naomi Campbell has been celebrated as one of the most iconic supermodels to ever grace the runway. From breaking barriers in the fashion industry to rubbing shoulders with global leaders and moguls, Naomi's reputation has long stood on the pillars of elegance, trailblazing, and influence. But in recent months, her name has resurfaced in troubling contexts, notably tied to the escalating scandal surrounding Sean "Diddy" Combs. Now, whispers are growing louder that former model-turned-mogul Tyra Banks is among those questioning Naomi's innocence. Sources claim that Tyra has been speaking up privately, alleging that Naomi likely knew more than she has let on about Diddy's alleged crimes, and perhaps even participated in some of his dark dealings. But how did we get here, and what role does their decades-long feud play in this explosive narrative? A complicated sisterhood, Naomi and Diddy. Naomi Campbell has never shied away from expressing her love and loyalty to Diddy. Publicly, their relationship has been framed as a deep friendship, one full of mutual admiration, globe-trotting, and celebratory moments. Naomi once said in an interview, "Puffy is really like my brother. He is so protective of me, and I'm the same for him." She's posted heartfelt tributes to Diddy over the years, including one that read, "You inspire me every day. Your passion and your drive for perfection, your spirit ignites. I love you, brother." In 2023, she threw him a lavish birthday party, sharing videos and photos that celebrated their tight bond. She even featured in social media clips with him exclaiming, "We're going to Nigeria, brother." But this admiration has aged poorly. Just a week after that birthday bash, Diddy was hit with the first of many lawsuits, Cassie Ventura's explosive claims of abuse, trafficking, and manipulation. Suddenly, Naomi began scrubbing her pages of any trace of Diddy's birthday celebration. Still, the damage was done. The internet had already taken screenshots. The evidence of their closeness lives on. Tyra Banks, a rival turned whistleblower. If there's one person who knows what it's like to be in Naomi Campbell's shadow, it's Tyra Banks. The two women entered the fashion world under different circumstances, but their careers quickly intersected and collided. Naomi was already a global sensation when Tyra emerged as a fresh-faced up-and-comer. And according to Tyra, Naomi made sure she knew who ran the runway. In a 2005 episode of The Tyra Banks Show, Tyra finally addressed their tension publicly. She accused Naomi of verbal attacks, sabotage, and even physical intimidation during early modeling gigs. "You called me the B word," Tyra said, "and told me our photo shoot wouldn't be pleasant." Naomi, invited to the show, largely denied the allegations, but offered a vague apology that didn't dispel the cloud of toxicity. Despite a public hug and calls for reconciliation, Tyra later admitted that the wounds had never healed. In a 2019 Wall Street Journal interview, she revealed she was still emotionally scarred from those early days in Paris, saying, "It wasn't a rivalry. A rivalry is between two equals. I was a new girl, and she was a dominant supermodel. I cried many nights because someone I looked up to didn't want me there." Now, sources claim Tyra is back in the spotlight, not on the runway, but in hushed conversations behind the scenes. She's reportedly been asking pointed questions. How could Naomi not have known what Diddy was doing? How could she call him her protector, her brother, and yet plead ignorance? She knew something. The internet investigates online sleuths, and fans alike are starting to connect the dots. Over the years, Naomi's name has surfaced in association with several elite scandals. Diddy's case is just the latest. Photos of Naomi with Cassie and Diddy have resurfaced. One snapshot from Dubai shows the three looking close and comfortable. Another shows them at fashion events together. Naomi was not just in Diddy's orbit. She was orbiting with him, often front and center. It's this proximity that has people raising eyebrows. "She traveled the world with this man," one user wrote. "She hosted his parties, called him her inspiration, her brother. And you want us to believe she never saw anything?" Others were more direct, accusing Naomi of not just knowing, but potentially facilitating Diddy's alleged freak-offs, as many call the rumored orgies and exploitative gatherings involving models, influencers, and celebrities. If these gatherings were happening in elite social circles, could Naomi really have missed them? Naomi and Epstein, another scandalous link. Unfortunately for Naomi, This isn't the first time her name has appeared alongside someone accused of trafficking and abuse. Her connection to Jeffrey Epstein is well documented. Even if she's tried to minimize it in recent years, Naomi initially denied knowing Epstein beyond superficial meetings. But after court documents were unsealed in a bombshell decision that named nearly 200 Epstein affiliates, Naomi's name popped up repeatedly. Photos emerged of Naomi on Epstein's private jet, allegedly en route to his infamous island. She later admitted to meeting Epstein at her 31st birthday party, introduced by her ex-boyfriend, Flavio Briatore. But the public didn't buy her claims of ignorance. One alleged Epstein victim even called her out directly. "You saw me at your parties. You saw me in Epstein's homes. You saw me on the plane. You saw me." That quote rocked the internet and cast a long shadow over Naomi's credibility. Critics now claim she's developed a pattern, brushing shoulders with predators, then feigning surprise when the truth comes out. Is Naomi a victim or enabler? To be fair, Naomi has her defenders. She's previously opened up about facing her own abuse, especially early in her career. In interviews, she's described how she was protected by good people in the industry and stands in solidarity with victims of predators like Epstein. "I've had my fair share of predators," she said in a video statement, "but I had people around me that protected me." Supporters argue that proximity doesn't equal complicity. After all, many people were in Epstein's and Diddy's social circles without knowing the full extent of their activities. But critics fire back. Naomi wasn't just an acquaintance. She was actively traveling, partying, and speaking on behalf of these men. Tyra Banks and the call for accountability enter Tyra once more. Whether out of personal history, moral clarity, or both, she is reportedly part of the growing group of voices calling for Naomi to answer for her role, or silence. According to sources close to the fashion world, Tyra has been privately saying that Naomi must have seen something. She's asking the tough questions that many fans are too afraid to. Why is Naomi always in these circles? Why does she always escape without consequences? She's asking for accountability, not just for Diddy, but for everyone around him. One insider revealed, she's tired of seeing the same people skate by because of status or legacy. For Tyra, this might be more than just about Diddy. It may be about justice for every young model who ever suffered in silence while the industry protected predators. Final thoughts. The legacy at stake. Naomi Campbell is a legend. Her contributions to fashion are undeniable. But in today's age of accountability, legacy alone isn't enough. People want transparency, they want remorse, they want answers. If Naomi truly had no knowledge of Diddy's alleged crimes, then she owes it to the victims and her supporters to clearly state that. If she did know or saw troubling signs and remained silent, the public will demand far more than just a PR statement. And as for Tyra Banks, she may have spent years feeling like the underdog, the one pushed out of Paris shows and fashion campaigns. But today, she may be the voice of truth echoing in the halls of an industry that has spent too long ignoring it.